there's a bit of a online discussion, I'll probably call it, about pirating books at the moment, and in particular one website, which I'm not going to name because I don't want you going there. But there's one website that's been named throughout all of this discussion. There are others as well. And so I went to this website and I found my books. And this is why I would say to people, don't go to a website that says you can read for free unless there's an absolute subscription kind of thing involved, such as Barnes & Noble have subscriptions, Spotify have subscriptions for audiobooks. If they don't have those kinds of things, then you could probably fairly guess that the books are being stolen, which is the case of the particular site where I found mine, the sites that I found mine on, that I know my distributor doesn't distribute to. I also know they're not distributed by, or haven't been put there by my distributor, because they got old covers which I made obsolete years ago, which means the content's probably obsolete as well, because I updated all of my books within the last 3 to 5 years. So if people are reading my material on those sites, then they're being ripped off, especially if you're paying for it. And if you're not paying for it, then you're still being ripped off because they're not the books that I've put out. There's a good chance, and there's a guy that gets on TikTok and other socials as well named Christian Francis, and if you are a writer, I would say subscribe to everything Christian Francis has out there. And he said there's a good chance, in one of his videos, there's a good chance that these books get out there because you give them to beta readers, people that you want to review your books, and somehow they get leaked onto these sites. Either that's what's happened with mine, or there's another good chance that my previous distributor didn't have secure measures in place to make sure my book didn't get taken. And we're talking ebooks as well, we're not talking paperbacks. One particular site that I said I'm not going to mention, but I'll put up here their little disclaimer as to why they do what they do. And in their disclaimer, they kind of go through all the reasonings why people can't afford books, all this sort of stuff. And then they've got a little spot right in the middle there which says buy them a cup of coffee. So you donate to their site. They've stolen our books and you're going to buy them a cup of coffee. My ebooks are cheaper than cups of coffee. In Australia, average cup of coffee is about $5. My books are around $3. So yes, you could justify, but I've got many books and each one of those books costs $3. But if you buy a cup of coffee every day, it costs you $5 every day. But you're buying it for this guy who's stolen my book, and that's your justification for it. Well, that makes you just as much of a thief as what they are. It's cheap to buy ebooks, particularly from indie authors. We don't want to rip you off. It's just, hey, we've got to make a living too. But $3, and some ebooks are even cheaper than that, and they're up there. If you want to be sure that you are getting the book and you're reading the book that we have intended for you to read as authors, I would suggest you go to the authors' websites and see what's on display. I guarantee, brand new book that comes out from any author, whether they're with a big chain publisher or they're independent, they're going to have the most recent version of that book up on their site for you to be able to see for sure that you're not getting ripped off. So do your research, is what I'm trying to say. If you are a subscriber to one of these sites and you just keep going back and reading our book, then you are a thief. I have links to all the legitimate stores selling my books on my website. Well, all the ones I could find that are legitimate. And you'll find them at www.robertekrieg.com. Then you go into the book section, find the book you like, and then I've got the links there. You can purchase the paperback, you can purchase the ebook, you can purchase the audio book of each of those titles. You'll probably find most authors do this, or something similar. And so to get the legitimate book, to make sure that you are supporting your indie author, I again suggest you go to the author's website. And so I'll leave it at that. Happy reading, criminals.